Hey, what's up everybody? Michael the Fish Keeper here with a new video for y'all. I just got back from my favorite local fish store, Superway Aquarium, and we got 5 peacock bass Kelberi that we're gonna be growing out, documenting all of it and everything else. They're only about, yay big. Obviously, they're still floating in the bag, acclimating to water temperature, and we'll get that in the video of me putting them in the tank momentarily. But real quick, what I want to talk to you about is I had to take my discus pair out and put them back into the community tank because I needed their tank for a quarantine tank for this reason. I got 2 peacock bass Orinos a few days ago, roughly a few days ago, from my local fish store, Superway Aquarium. Anyhow, when I went in this morning, they just got a new shipment of fish in and they had a bag of Orinos, peacock bass Orinos. And they had a light case of ick. Now, before that goes any further, they just got them in, they're still in the bag, they weren't in their tanks yet. And if anyone doesn't know, small peacock bass, a lot of stress, right? They're getting shipped around the world, they're getting shipped to different facilities, rebagged, bagged, and etc., right? So by the time that they hit the local fish stores, they're already sick. So I was already warned that they had ick, and it was up to me if I wanted them or not. Now, normally I wouldn't, but I know how to treat ick. And we're gonna do this just with a couple simple things. We're gonna raise the temperature to 86 degrees, which is already set that. The heater's heating up right now. And we're just gonna use aquarium salt. We're gonna do that for about a week. And then, just besides using aquarium salt and heating up the temperature, I'm gonna be doing 50% daily water changes, okay? Because it's important that you do water changes while they're battling ick. The reason being is, as the ick dies and stuff like that, they fall to the bottom of the fish tank. And so you want to thoroughly, siphon the bottom of the tank. Even if it's bare bottom, you still want to siphon, right? Even if you can't see anything, just scrape along the bottom with the siphoning hose of your choice and so on. So without further ado, let me go ahead and show y'all the Orinos that we got. So these are the 2 Orinos. I'm acclimating them to the water and water temperature. And so, as you can tell, you can't really see the ick on them right now just because there's no light or anything. It wasn't a serious case of ick, as you can tell, because if it was a serious case, you would be able to see it without the light. And so the quarantine tank, obviously, was my discus breeding tank. I did a water change on it this morning. So that's a little bit of debris left from the discus afterwards. But all it is a 20-gallon high with the heater and a cycled sponge filter, okay? And so all we're gonna do is raise the temperature to 86, which is it's climbing up right now, and we're gonna add salt. That's gonna be it, okay? And so all I'm also doing is I'm just adding in tank water to the bags, that way they adjust to it. The Kelberis are still in the bag that they came in from the supplier before they hit the fish store. So I don't want to open that bag up and have, ammonia spike or anything. And so that's why I'm not going to acclimate them in the water. I'm just going to wait till they get to temperature and we'll net them and put them in there. As you can tell, these are tiny little guys, like super tiny. Can't really see them, but I'll show you when they're in the bag. I'm also going to make a video on how to care for tiny peacock bass as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. So anyhow, that's how I'm pretty much going to be taking care of these bass, temperature and aquarium salt for about a week, okay? Even so, for an example, if you're going, well, what if a week goes by and you're not seeing any ick? If I'm not seeing any ick, I'm still going to continue roughly 3-4 days. Same method of treatment, salt, water changes, and higher temps. Just, you want to be on the safe side. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there, especially right away, right? So like for an example, say you're doing treatment, you wake up today and you're not seeing them with ick, doesn't mean it's still not in the tank, right? Because the last water change you just did was the day before yesterday, right? And you've seen them with a little bit of ick. So today you don't see none, I would still treat additional 3 to 4 days. Now, if a week goes by and it's not getting better and it's not getting worse, then that's when I will use chemical methods like Riddick Plus, some copper medication from Fritz. I mean, there's a lot of ick medication out there, right? So anyhow, I always start with higher temps and salt. Just, that's a more natural way of doing it, but for serious cases, that's when I use chemical methods, right? Riddick plus, stuff like that. So anyhow, I'm gonna get back to acclimating these guys, and as I put them in the tank, I'll record it. Let's go. And real quick, what I'm doing is just every couple minutes, I'm just adding in a little bit of tank water, just so they can get not just accustomed to temperature, but also the tank water. You don't have to do too much, you know, just want to get enough to where they can condition to it. Anytime I've gotten fish from Superway Aquarium, I never had any issues transitioning them, so I'm not expecting any issues. But man, they are definitely some beautiful bass. And so on this tank, we're not going to be putting a light or anything. I'm just going to make a makeshift lid out of egg carton. Probably strap it down somehow just so if they jump, they don't knock it off. But that's just pretty much it for that quarantine tank. So I'll be right back. All right, let's go ahead and get the Kelberis. Oh man, yeah, see, as you guys can tell, man, they're like super tiny. They're probably even smaller than my, oh yeah, they're definitely smaller than my pinky. So what I'm gonna do now is, I got a bucket right here with my net. All I'm gonna do is make a hole in the bag, or bags, I should say. There's 2 bags here. And then there is 5 Kelberi. We're just gonna get all 5 in there. Make sure all 5 are in there. Yes, they are. And then we'll go ahead and put them in the tank. Ooh. I'm only one person here trying to do a 2-man job. And there we go. Got all 5 in there. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. Oh yeah, they're back over there a little bit stressed out, but that's fine. I'll put some stuff in here for them. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and go get the Orinos out of the bag. All right, I'm gonna do this a little bit differently. I'm just gonna use a net, reach down in the bags, grab them, put them in the tank, reach down in, grab this one, put it down there in the tank, and bam. So then there's that right there. Got them in the tank now. Oh man. All right, let me get these bags out real quick and I will be right back. All right, so I got them in the tank now. Also put the lid on here, just some egg crate stuff from Home Depot to make my own lids. And they are looking good. So like I said multiple times already, all we're gonna do is bump up the temperature to 86. Add some salt here in a moment because I wasn't adding none to this tank just because of the discus and stuff, but now we can add salt to it. And so higher temps and salt, that's how we're gonna treat them. Oh man, they're gorgeous. So anyhow, stay tuned for part 2, which is I will do a follow-up with this in a couple days just to go, you know, refresh it and talk about what's been going on, how they're looking and everything. But man, and also real quick, if you're wondering why I don't want a light on this tank, 1, the discus were in here, I didn't really need it. 2, when fish are going through, you know, high temperatures or going through ick treatment basically, right? It can stress them out more. So if fish already have ick, the last thing you want to do is keep stressing them out because they can get ick worse and potentially it can kill them. So the one thing you want to do, and this is like the most #1 thing to do for a sick fish, do not stress them out. So whatever you can do, don't stress them out or anything like that. And so yeah, so stay tuned. I'll make a video here in a couple days, then do a follow-up in a week and discuss on what's going on with them. All right, y'all, catch y'all later. Thank you for watching. And by the way, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss no more updates on these guys. Catch y'all later.